Excellent. So first I will say thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Deepak, for having us here, and thank you entire VARINDIA team for having such a fabulous show. Now you have set the standards for the industry to follow. And I also know that the drinks are being laid out, and I'm possibly one of the last speakers. So I'm going to keep it brief. But what we are going to talk about in the next 15 odd minutes that I have is going to give you a perspective of what Sify is, which are the areas that Sify is investing in, and what is in it for you as business partners, and where and how can we possibly engage together to drive business growth and profitability. But before we go down that path, let me start with a statistic. We all know that digital transformation is one of the key top agendas for all our customers. I mean, there are a lot of investments happening. CIOs have it at the top of the agenda. But at the end of the day, 80% of digital transformation initiatives fail. And that is as per a statistic from Gartner. And the reason could be as simple as customers underestimating the complexity involved, or the reason could be as simple as not having the basics in place. What is required is a scalable, agile infrastructure. What is required is that we take care of siloed systems and infrastructure gaps. We take care of security, which is very, very critical for our businesses and organizations today. And also we drive productivity to see that how can we maximize and optimize on our efficiency. Now, these are some of the things, but if I can put it that way, the cost of not doing these things is also enormous. Lack of market share, lack of driving innovation as it is required. So what is required from a perspective of organizations? Scalable infrastructure, a robust ICT ecosystem, productivity, which is not just measured in output, but smart output, which essentially means how do we utilize AI and predictive analytical tools to be able to drive business growth and optimization. And third, obviously, how do we drive a secure infrastructure? And the good part is that Sify can help you put all this together. And this is what we are doing, and this is the areas that we are investing in. And these are the areas that we have helped a lot of our customers transform. And the reason why we've been able to do that is because we ourselves have been able to go through a lot of transformation. We started as an organization, as a consumer-facing organization. We were an ISP organization. We transformed into an enterprise organization, transformed into B2B sales, we had the largest MPLS network. We set up a cloud ecosystem. And now I can say that we truly are looking at ourselves as a digital transformation partner who can work with most customers, drive their objectives. But most important, I think I would say that Sify has been in the business in India for the last 25 years. We have a very, very strong presence, very strong footprint. We have around 10,000 plus customers who are engaged with us. We have around 3,000 plus employees, a turnover of 4,500 crores, and we are not stopping. There are still a lot of investments that we are doing, and that is what the key agenda for us is, to continue to invest in the market that is India. So what are the areas that Sify is investing in? So there are 4 pillars here that I would want to briefly touch about and give you a perspective, and that will give you a context of where we are coming from. At our core continues to be our network infrastructure. Now, if you were to look at the bottom, I don't know if I have a pointer, the bottom here, we have the largest MPLS network in the country. Spread across 1,700 plus cities, we have 3,700 POPs. We have fiber coverage across 24 cities, 3 cable landing stations, 8 interconnects, international POPs. And I think the moot point is that even in the last 6 odd months, there's been a good amount of investment that has happened from Sify. Around 250 crores has been invested to augment our network infrastructure. So that continues to remain at our core. And if you are looking at a reliable network backbone, I think one of the only OEMs, vendors, partners that you need to keep at the back of your head and leverage is Sify. And likewise, I would say, apart from our network infrastructure, I think there's a lot happening on the data center front also. We have around 14 data centers, 227 megawatts of IT power, 407 megawatts is what we are planning to commission by 2025. But what is most important is this, we are very focused on sustainability. Now, what sustainability means is that we are looking at a lot of our power, approximately around 231 watts of power coming in from renewable resources, which is wind and solar energy, and that is what is driving our growth, and that is what we are continuing to invest in. And the other thing I think I would say is that our data centers are now AI ready. We have our data centers in Noida and Mumbai, which are AI ready, which means that they can take up to 200 kilowatts of power per rack, which means that we can have much more density of servers in our racks. We can hold up to 8 to 10 GPU servers in one rack, and that's the density we can offer. And that is only possible because of the liquid cooling that we have introduced in our data centers. Our third area of investment is our cloud. We call it the Cloud Infinite. We are looking at offering infrastructure as a service to our customers, whether it is virtual machines, storage, whether it is backup as a service or DR as a service. All these services are now available to our customers. And what's most important is that we also have a cloud management platform by means of which we can have a single unified interface for managing our public cloud as well as our hybrid cloud offering. So these are some of the things that we have been doing, and I think most important, I think we have been investing very heavily on our building up our skill sets and our services. We have around 3,000 subject matter experts with us who can take you through all the offerings that are there in the market, which is whether it is automation or modern apps or cloud networks or even industry apps like your Oracle, Microsoft, etc., and SAP. I think all these skill sets are there with us as we speak. So these are the areas of investment, and I think it is important for me to tell you that, look, it is not just network infrastructure that we are focused on. Network infra is currently around 36% of our total turnover, so there is a huge amount of investment which is happening in the other areas as well. This gives you a visual snapshot of some of the things that we talked about. What you see in the blue is the new data centers, what you see in the blue is our cable landing stations, which are there in Kolkata, Chennai, and in Mumbai. And what you see in the yellow are our new data centers, which are AI ready, which have just come up and are in the process of commissioning. So this is where we are, and I would say that our new data center in Noida, which has just been commissioned, I would say please feel free to take a tour of it. Please let us know. We have our stall right outside. Please get yourself, your teams, your customers, and see it for yourself as to what is the technologies that are being built in to offer this to the customers. Right now, as we speak, I think important for me to also talk to you about what is in it for there to sell. I think the first most important thing is AI-ready data centers. Now, our current installed capacity in India for data centers is around 800 megawatts. This is likely to scale up to 1,600 megawatts in the next 2 years. And by the year 2029, the government of India is talking about 5,000 megawatt capacity in the country. So that's the level of scale that is happening as we speak. So we like it or not, our customers are looking at hosting solutions, and if they are looking at data centers, they are looking at hosting solutions as an option, and that is what we need to be able to table to our customers through our partner ecosystem. Now, and the reasons could be many. The reasons could be as simple as the fact that they don't have a data center, or it could also be the fact that they are not equipped to run their data center. I was talking to a customer in Noida, and he was mentioning that while they have a data center, they are unable to run the generator sets because of the GRAP 4 regulations. So there are various challenges that customers have, and this is the reality that all of us are now looking at facing. The other thing that we can look at is our Cloud Infinite solution, which is infrastructure as a service. We can have hosting solutions coupled with our hosted cloud, which could be either dedicated or multi-tenanted. We can burst into third-party cloud services, which could also be from AWS or other hyperscalers. We have our Cloud Connect solutions, which offers minimum latency to us for the connectivity. And of course, what we also have is our multi-cloud operations CMP, which basically allows you to manage all these offerings from one single unified interface. So this is all that we can put together for you, and this becomes a very, very unique value proposition. To be able to give a hosting solution to the customer, to be able to give a private cloud or a multi-tenanted cloud option, to be able to burst into third-party cloud service providers, to be able to give it on the basis of a very strong network that guarantees minimum latency. I think this puts us at a very, very unique value proposition which you can take forward to our customers. And I would venture to say that this is unique in the market, and I don't recall a single OEM, single player who can put all this together for you. Right, so I'll move quickly ahead. So what is it that we are looking at? There are incremental, so basically moot point is that these are all incremental solutions for you. And in the paucity of time, I'm just going to quickly run past it, but look at this, that while you might be an infra seller, I think you can look at additional options that are available from Sify. And most important, the point that I wanted to stress on was that all this is annuity based. This is not CapEx. 90% of our revenue comes as annuity revenue. And if you are running your own business, I don't need to tell you that, look, if you are looking at an IPO and if you are looking at a valuation of your company, having annuity based revenue is the most important thing that you should be looking at. Right? And most important, and this is where I'm going to spend a few minutes before we close, I think how can we partner together and what are the next steps? So we have essentially three engagements. One is which you see here on the left hand side. I hope I'm not blocking the screen. One is our standard agreement, second is our transfer price agreement, and third is our teaming agreement. I'm not going to get into details, but there are various agreements that we can sign to get the conversation going and get the business engagement going. But most important is the teaming agreement. Even if you don't want to become a partner and you see an opportunity, just bring it to us. We will be happy to engage. And most important is that we have a very, very strong channel sales team. We have a very strong marketing team. We have a very strong pre-sales and technical team who will be very closely working with you to handhold that opportunity and take it forward to closure. The third most important point, very, very strong commissions that you can earn. I heard a couple of numbers being thrown out. I will not get into the details in this forum, but I can tell you our commissions are as high as 18%. 18% of commissions is what you can possibly earn if you partner with Sify and if you take these options forward for your particular organization. And most important, I think the channel ecosystem that we are looking at setting up a transparent, absolutely process-oriented with a robust governance mechanism. That is the kind of channel ecosystem that we are thinking of setting up and we have in place. And I think that is absolutely critical for us to engage with partners, because that is what is required for building trust. And that is what we seek, and that is what we are looking at as we go forward. So I'm going to move ahead. These are some of the customer sets that we have. As I mentioned, we have 10,000 customers in the country, the top 10 BFSI customers, the top 4 manufacturing customers, most of the hyperscalers, the largest OTT platform, they are all having their setup and they're all partnered with Sify. At the end, I would say that, look, we are at a stage of our business where we are wanting to grow. Grow wide, grow deep is the strategy that we have. So we are keen not only to partner with new organizations like yours, but we are also keen to strengthen our engagement with some of our existing partners. So that's the policy that we are going to be driving. And I am joined by my team here. We have Ketan from marketing, we have Arush from marketing, Nitin from he leads the channel sales for North. We have a stall right outside, so please feel free to get in touch with us. We'll be happy to take any questions and answer any questions that you may have. Right? Thank you so much, and happy to be here with you.